praise yourself for what you do. So that's just because I'm excited and I love books. Hello, welcome back to another YouTube video. My name is Sarah. If you are new, hi, welcome. We do books, beauty, lifestyle, all kinds of things, and I'm getting more into my book content. I love it. So this will be my April wrap-up. I only read 3 books, although I hate saying I only read 3 books because 3 books with a full-time job and living your life is great for a month. So don't let the booktubers where it's their job to read. If you have a full-time job and you're getting down on yourself because you didn't read 10 books in 1 month, girl, 2 books is still deserves an award. 1 book even, like, praise yourself for what you do. So anyways, I read 3 books this month. One of them is a book club book that I read with my friend, and next video will be my May TBR. I know I said I was gonna do an April TBR, but by the time I was getting ready to film it, it was already April 15th. So I felt like, anyways. So I read 3 books. The first one I'll put right here because I read it on my Kindle. It's None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. And I gave that one 4 stars. I did not see the end coming. It took me, some people say, you know, give me 5 to 7 business days to process that. That's how that book was for me. It was very intriguing. I read it in under 24 hours and I was just hooked. I didn't give it 5 stars just because it didn't wow me, but I also couldn't put it down. So I feel like I'm maybe might change it to 4.5 now that I think about it, but I'm gonna give it 4.5. I'm gonna give it 4.5 because I read it in under 24 hours, which is huge, and I couldn't put it down. I wanted to know what happened, so 4.5. The reason why I have 0.5 because it's not, I'm not thinking about it still. A 5-star book for me is like, I still think about it. When I hear the title, I'm like, yes, like Love in Other Words. If anyone says that, I'm like, oh, like I can just feel my heart melt. So it didn't do that for me. Obviously, it's not gonna make my heart melt because it's a thriller. But long story short, 4.5 stars. Was The House Across the Lake, and I have the physical copy. Did I use the physical copy? No, I used my Kindle. So I don't know about you, but recently I've been in my Kindle obsession. I like having the physical book just so I can loan it out to people. I like having a nice little library. As you can see, we are growing. So anyways, you didn't need that explanation. On my Kindle, and this book is about a woman who goes to her family's lake house, and she is spying on the neighbor across the lake, and she thinks, I don't want to give anything away. So, okay, the main character, she's recently widowed and she drinks a lot. She has a pair of binoculars and she's watching the neighbor's house, and she's watching the neighbor's house, who is a glamorous like celebrity couple. And then she saves the woman. This is not any spoilers. It's on the back of the book. The main character saves the woman across the lake from drowning, and they end up becoming friends. But the more they get to know each other, it shows that like their marriage isn't as great as it seems in the press. The main character immediately suspects the husband as like trying to kill her, and so you're just going through secrets, the story. And I did not see this ending. However, I think I gave this 3 stars. I'm pretty sure. Let me check on Goodreads. I gave this book 3 stars. And you might be thinking, okay, well, you like thrillers and it sounds really good and you loved Riley Sager's Survive the Night. So what's the deal with the 3 stars? Well, the ending was not realistic in my opinion. And I did not like it. I remember I got to that point and I remember just looking up being like, what am I reading? Like, well, what is this? It made me honestly want to DNF it because I was like, what is this? Like, what's going on? How did we get from here to there or there to here? How Survive the Night, in my opinion, is so much better. So I mean, I read it. It was interesting. I would say it was interesting until about 80%. And then I was like, huh? What? What are we doing? So 3 stars. The last book I read was, again, on my Kindle. It's on Kindle Unlimited if you are part of that. I'm not sure what Kindle Unlimited is. It is amazing. It is I think they might have bumped it up to 12, but it's $12 a month and you have access to all the Kindle Unlimited books. And they have upped their game. When I first started Kindle Unlimited, they had books that I had never heard of. Now it's like all the Colleen Hoover books, all the Frida McFadden books, like a bunch of romances, usually on Kindle Unlimited. So the last book I read was The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I do not have that physical book, but I do have this book by the same author. I DNF'd this. I did not like this book. So I was a little skeptical about giving The Naturals a try because it's by the same author. And I was like, okay, maybe it's like the author's just not my cup of tea. I was wrong. I'm so glad that I gave Jennifer another chance because I DNF'd the Inheritance Games, but The Naturals for me was a 5-star. If you love, like me, CSI New York, Criminal Minds, those types of shows, read this book. Read this book. It is, when I read a review from someone else on Goodreads and it was like, if you love Criminal Minds, this is what this is. So that hooked me right away. And they weren't lying. So if you like Criminal Minds, if you like shows like Monk and Psych and just like crime shows, mainly Criminal Minds because it deals with the FBI, this is your cup of tea. So I really enjoyed it. I read it in probably a week, 4 days, but I was hooked. It's young adult, but it wasn't like cheesy young adult, if that makes sense. I really enjoyed the characters. I really enjoyed the main character. And I just realized you have no idea what this is about. So The Naturals is a series, which I love. I will definitely be picking up the second one. And it's where our main character has a natural ability to profile people. And the FBI reaches out to her. Her mother was murdered. That's not a spoiler. Her mother was murdered, and the FBI reaches out to her to be like, hey, you're a natural profiler. Come work with us. Like, come train with us, all this stuff. And they have a naturals program where it's like this one character's really good at statistics, and other characters really good at reading people's emotions. And so it's a group of kids that naturals at that FBI kind of stuff. And so they help out with cases and things like that. And she wants to try to figure out who killed her mother. And so you just go through the whole training experience, all that. And then it does kind of conclude in that book while still leaving it open for the second book, if that makes sense. You know, sometimes when it's a series, it will be like, oh my gosh, what happened? And you have to read the second book, where this one kind of concluded. And then if you want to continue, you can continue. So if you like Criminal Minds, that's all I'm going to say. Read the book. Read the book. I feel like I talked 20 miles a minute. I'm so sorry. I know I use my hands a lot. That's just because I'm excited and I love books. So I thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to do my May TBR. I can't believe we're already into May. So thank you. I will say, I know in May I'm reading Funny Story by Emily Henry because that's our next book club book. So let me know if you've read that already. I know that's her newest release. I've never read an Emily Henry book. I know. So we're gonna see how it goes. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for the support. We're growing as a channel. I appreciate you if you subscribe, like it, share it, whatever. Thank you so much for doing that, and I will see you next time.